First Liberty Live and the First Freedom Tour is in Nashville tonight, where Kelly Shackelford is about to speak to a room full of young people who are wanting to hear about what's happening with the courts and all.
It's kind of like being in a rock concert, except it's for our country. And these are young people, and I know my wife is always about, we've got to do something to educate those who are younger, because they're our future, and this is a great example of it, and it's really a privilege to be a part of this tonight.
Now, meanwhile, we're in Nashville, but in Washington, D.C., a very significant vote happened today, moving forward the nomination of Amy Coney Barrett. Unpack that for us. What happened today, and what is it set up?
Amy Coney Barrett was voted out of the Judiciary Committee and onto the floor of the Senate. In a weird move, the Democrats decided not to show up for the vote,
which was strange.
Very strange. It's sort of I don't know, almost like a little childish fit.
Yeah.
Because they could have been there to speak and say what they wanted to say. Instead, they decided they wouldn't show up because they knew they couldn't win the vote. So they lost the vote 12-0.
Yeah.
And 12-0 means Amy Coney Barrett is on her way to the floor of the Senate, and probably by Monday this next week, she will be confirmed as a justice on the United States Supreme Court. And that's going to be very significant and very helpful in a number of ways. I mean, just basically because we're going to have somebody who not only is really committed to a proper judicial philosophy, she has written on this really in-depth law review articles as a law professor. She's very thoughtful. She's going to be a great judge. We won't have to worry about her being a politician and trying to take power into her hands as other justices have done. And really, this will be the first time since 1934 that we have a reliably conservative Supreme Court that'll simply follow the rule of law. A huge change for our country.
I'm hearing the other side on this. The opponents of Amy Coney Barrett's nomination say that this is a rush job, that never in history has anyone gone through the process this quickly. You're a little bit of a historian on the Supreme Court. Is that a true assessment of what we're saying?
No, those are all lies. It's not true. This is what's happened with every president who's had somebody during an election year. 29 times it's happened. 29 times they've nominated somebody.
Yeah.
Whenever the Senate is of the same party, they've confirmed. And I mean, we've had justices confirmed in a day. Ruth Bader Ginsburg was about the same amount of time as we're talking about here. This is nothing unusual at all, except the party on the other side doesn't like the fact that they're not getting to choose the justice. But you know, that was the result of the election. People voted, many people voted for Trump and this Senate on judges. They wanted good judges on the court. They didn't want these issues taken out of the hands of the people. And it's going to be really significant because we have elections coming up, and there's all talk of lawsuits and election contests. And if we were to have 4-4 tie at the Supreme Court, that would be a disaster for our country. So to have the full 9, very important. And I think it's really important for religious freedom. All these church cases, the COVID attacks by governors, we're going to have a case hit there very soon. I'm going to feel really good about having Amy Coney Barrett as a justice because she understands religious freedom. She has written extensively on it. She'll be a great justice on protecting religious freedom.